Hello and welcome to lesson 1 of week 2. In this lesson, we are going to look at how we can filter data in MySQL. My name is Mildred. When we want to filter data within a select statement, we use a clause called the where clause. And we're going to do this using the classic models database. So I'll start with use classic models, and then I want to work with one of the tables in the classic models database. So let's work with, let's say, the orders table, for instance. So let's select all from orders and see what we have there. So we have the orders table that has columns of order number, order date, required date, ship date, status, comments, and customer number. Let's say we don't want to return all this information. For instance, let's say we want to get all of the rows of information where the status is in process. We have shipped, we have cancelled, we have shipped, we have in process here. So let's use one of those criteria. The syntax for filtering rows from a data set is to use select and then the column names, or you use asterisk for all, from then the table name. So we said in the previous lesson that for the sake of convention and neatness, you want all your SQL statements to be in uppercase letter. Select all from orders. Now we'll put where after the table name like this. Where the condition now is going to be what we want to return from that table. We want to return all of the rows where the column status has a value of in process. The syntax is select column names or asterisk for all from table name, and then you add a where clause where then you put your condition. And the condition we are putting here is to say we want all of the rows that the status of the order is in process. And when we run this, we will get all the rows and only status we have is in process, right? And so it's return this select list. So whenever we want to filter, we use the where clause. Now take note that as I wanted to know what condition to use, I didn't know what values the status column holds. We just scroll through to see the different values they have. If we want to find out during maybe data exploration what values exist in a particular column across all rows of data, we can use a statement with the select called the distinct statement. Now, instead of saying select all from others, let's say I want to select the column status for me to see the list of all of the status that exist. So I remove this where clause and let's explore to see. So I'll say select status from orders. Now we have only the status here, but we have shift multiple times. We just want to see unique values. After the select statement, we use a statement called distinct to filter unique row. So when we say select distinct status, it means that it is only going to select one shipped, one cancelled, one, and then we'll have a view of all of the status that exist in this status column. And so when we want to filter rows by different criteria, we begin to know the values that exist for us to use. And so I'm going to run this and we'll see we only have shipped, resolved, cancelled, on hold, disputed, in process. So now I can go back to my where clause and I can select all of the rows from the orders table where the status is shipped. I can run another query where the status is resolved, where it is cancelled, when it is on hold, when it is disputed, when it is in process. All right. So we have looked at how to filter rows from a return query based on the criteria. We have looked at how to bring out unique values from a column of a database table. But there are certain operators that we can also use in our where clause that we can combine more than one condition at a time. We can say we want to get all of those rows of information where the status is shipped and another criteria. We are going to look at all of these different SQL operators in the next lesson, and then we're going to come back to see how we incorporate those operators in filtering data. Thank you and see you in the next lesson.